I think it was a positive step for the group. The intensity, the desire, against a tough opponent, a compact opponent. Happy with that. Not happy, I think, with the execution. And I think it comes down to a little bit of tightness, a little bit of lack of confidence, and anxiety. And I told the guys, I feel for them. It's a difficult situation to be in. Everyone's fighting for roster spots. And, instead of coming out and really performing like the team we know we are, we lacked a little confidence, and I think that hurt performance. There were certainly spaces to take advantage of today, and we didn't do that enough.
Jeff?
You talked about execution. I was wondering if you could drill down on that a little bit. I mean, what would you have liked to have seen out of the attack to kind of get some more?
I think it was a timing issue. We had a number of good runs behind the back line. Maybe the pass was off a little bit, the timing was off a little bit. That didn't lead to direct goal scoring opportunities. Maybe the touch was off, and then we couldn't cross it when we were in good positions. Maybe the cross wasn't as accurate as it could have been. So, we were just off on a number of plays, and I think that has to do with the confidence of the group. But what I told them was, these next weeks, use it to prepare. Go back to your clubs, play in your games, get strong, get fit, and come to Qatar with an open mindset and the idea that we want to compete there.
Sam?
Can you give us any more information on Gio's injuries and mindset? And
No.
considering the lack of execution that you mentioned tonight and on Friday against Japan, how concerned are you heading into the World Cup?
Again, I think confidence is a tricky thing, and I think when the guys are playing confident, we're a very dangerous team, a very dynamic team, and you saw some of the thinking almost on the field today, and we want to take that out of them. We want them to just play with that aggression and that intensity and the speed that we know they can. Regarding Gio, it was a case of it felt some tightness, and came out for precautionary reasons.
Was it hamstring?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll do.
Greg, did you read anything into kind of how Christian came off the field when he said that? Do you think that was just a manifestation of some of the frustration at how things haven't been clicking in this last window?
No, I think he came off the field as quick as he could to let someone else get on as quick as he could so we can score. I think that's a good sign, from the captain today that he understands the urgency. I talked to the guys about, showing urgency to play the ball forward, to get the ball back in play, to keep the ball moving. And at times we didn't always do that. So something like that is a really good sign for me.
Megan?
Greg, can you talk a little bit about the performances of your fullbacks? Did you think that Dust looked good on the left? Did you think Scally looked good in his, 30-minute run out? And how did DeAndre do?
I thought they all had moments. There was plenty of space in wide areas, especially on the right-hand side. Plenty of time to get behind the back line. We talked about before the game was going to be diagonals behind the back line was going to be a key. And I think there were moments. I still think we can improve.
Grant?
Greg, what went into your decision to start Turner in this game in the goal, and has he earned some credit in these two games toward potentially being your keeper for Qatar?
It was a difficult decision, and first and foremost, I feel for Sean and Ethan for not getting any game time in this camp, and it's never an easy decision. We had to really think about what's going to happen in these next 6 weeks. We knew that Ethan would be playing for his club. We know Sean's going to be playing for his club. We couldn't guarantee that Matt was going to be playing for his club, so we wanted to give him these games that are really important.
Sam?
What did you think of the performance of the center backs tonight? And can you talk about it? It looked like, you guys were playing a lot more direct today in terms of the number of long balls you were hitting over the top. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, well, they had a compact base, right, and we wanted to get behind them. They held their line, they weren't sagging, and there was plenty of space to get behind them. So we wanted to take advantage of that. And I think if we're going to evaluate everybody, what I'd say in general, there's not many players that performed up to their normal levels in this camp, and that's just how it is. And it's our job to get them confident that they can perform up to their normal levels. So. If you can ask me about the center backs, the full backs, the forwards, the mid, anyone you want to ask, I'd say we were below our normal levels.
Paul.
I mean, to follow up on that, you
Yeah.
came in probably hoping to leave the window with maybe a little bit more clarity on decisions that you're gonna have to make in 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Do you feel like you were able to do that at all, or not really now? It maybe changed the dynamic of the value of the club games, the overall big picture, because this window felt so off.
Yeah, no, I think we got some clarity. You know, we talked about it today with the group and with the coaching group, and you know, I think things became pretty clear.
What became clear
Things.
Do you think you'll, do
Go ahead.
you think you'll schedule another friendly?
You guys sit next to each other on purpose.
Do you think you'll schedule another friendly in the November period to see other teams?
You know, we play the second day of the tournament, which was normally the first day of the tournament. So there's not a lot of time. You know, the teams that are playing in the back end of that first group game, you know, have a ton of time, have the luxury to play a friendly game. We have to see. I think it's going to be pretty tight.
Jeff.
Greg, what did you think you got out of your midfield tonight? Thinking about guys like Weston and Tyler, just in terms of bouncing back from Friday.
They competed. You know, I think they competed. I think Weston had a better game. He's still not at how we know Weston to be. Tyler, I think, was perhaps one of the better players today in terms of you know, activity, ball circulation, looking to play balls behind the back line. And he also improved from, by and large, everybody improved from the game against Japan. And it was just a question of how much.
Last one.
What went into the decision to bring in Jesus and not play Josh?
That's a good question. You know, we felt that Jesus can give us what we needed in this game to score a goal and win the game. And, you know, Josh is another guy that, you know, only got 45 minutes of game time and not a huge period to evaluate him on. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, we're trying to win the game and we wanted to put Jesus in.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.